You're listening to the Hot Stove League Show
on the Mariners Radio Network.
Welcome back. Matt Pittman, Rick Riz with you. It is the Hot Stove League Show, 710 ESPN Seattle. And a chance now, Rick, to catch up with a guy who has been one of the early buzzes of camp. Yeah. And some of us were a little surprised to see his name on the list of invitees to the big league camp. The 33rd overall pick in last summer's draft is Mr. Stephen Barron, catcher taken out of the state of Florida and is with the big league club here early on this camp. Stephen, thanks for taking a couple minutes tonight and joining us. Pleasure.
Hey, thanks for having me, Rick.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about what we've been reading about, what we've been hearing about, and that is this young man who has had a chance to spend a few days now in a big league clubhouse with Ken Griffey Jr. only a few yards away. What's that experience been like for you?
It's just been an unbelievable experience. I'm just like, I mean, you grow up watching these guys on TV, and now you're just in the same clubhouse as them. And it's an unbelievable experience, and sometimes I feel like I'm dreaming. It feels so unreal, and it's just been crazy. It's been a crazy 2 weeks so far.
Hey, Stephen, what's it been like to watch Junior, as you just mentioned? And when did you get enough courage to go up to actually talk to him? Did he come to you? And how did that come about, the first day or two of camp?
I really haven't spoken to him. I mean, it's just been like an exchange of a few words, like, hey, what's up? Or I'm Ken Griffey, and what's up? I'm Stephen Barron, or whatever. Like, it hasn't really been something like, I really haven't had a conversation with him. So, I mean, I really haven't gotten to speak to him yet. So,
you did get the opportunity to catch Felix Hernandez in one of his first bullpen sessions, and two things about that, Stephen. Obviously, I want your impression, what it was like for you, what you experienced catching Felix Hernandez, and also Don Wakamatsu, the skipper, came away very impressed, had some very nice things to say about your work behind the plate in that particular bullpen session. So first, tell me what it was like catching Felix Hernandez, a guy who was the runner-up in the American League Cy Young voting last year.
It was pretty funny because I was just set up on the far end of the bullpen. I usually set up in the dirt side because I like to get like a real feel for the game, because part of the bullpen's made up of turf and half of it is like dirt side, it's like clay. So I set up on the side with the dirt, and Felix happens to be one of the last pitchers coming out, and all the catchers already get taken up with pitchers. So Felix just hops in onto his side, and he lines up with me. I'm like, oh wow, look at Felix. And he just started, like, we didn't really talk much. He just started throwing to me, and I felt pretty confident. He wasn't throwing hard, but he was bringing it okay. But you could see what makes him so good. It's the movement on his pitches, the break, his two-seam fastball, his sinker, his curveball. It's like effortless, and everything it moves so much, and he just hits his spots consistently. And you can see what makes him so good.
Mm-hmm. Stephen, I'm looking at an internet webpage here, and it's got a picture of you swinging a bat. I think it says Falcons on your jersey, Ferguson High School in Florida. Is that right?
Yeah, that was my high school last year.
You had a decision to make to either go to, I believe, Duke, or sign the contract with the Mariners after you were the 33rd overall pick and that sandwich pick between the first and second rounds. What were the conversations like between you and your folks about wanting to sign and become a professional?
It was mostly with my dad. We spoke a lot about getting better in college, improving my hitting, getting more experience behind the plate, and I'd probably get more money out of college. Is always a conversation. Like, look, you could end up being a higher pick out of college. Your hitting ability improved. Everything will be better about you. But it was mostly about that, and just about getting an education, because my parents are really education oriented, and they really stressed that with me growing up, and I always focused on that as well as baseball. And but when the decision came through, I mean, contract was in front of me. It's a lot of money, and it's tough to say no to that. So, I mean, my dad, at the last moment, they just left the decision up to me. I mean, I spoke to my mom. She was fine with it. My dad was like, look, it's up to you. And I made the decision. I wanted to play professional baseball. It's been my dream my whole life, and it's one step closer to my ultimate goal, which is the big league. So it was a fairly easy decision for me. So
Stephen Barron is with us here, a catcher, the 33rd overall pick by the Seattle Mariners in the amateur draft just last June, and with the big league camp this spring. And, Stephen, you played briefly with Pulaski last season after you signed your contract and got obviously integrated into the system. What was that experience like? And I mean, how much are you relying on that little bit of that little cup of coffee you had with Pulaski last year, this year in camp?
It was a rough first few weeks for me. I mean, I didn't like it at all. My first few days there, you kind of arrive in a town where you don't know anybody, you don't know your teammates, and they kind of just stick you in a hotel and you're there by yourself, and in a town you don't know anybody. And it was a rough few nights for me, but after a few days, you get used to it. And once you start playing ball, everything just gets fun. I mean, as long as I'm playing baseball, I'm happy. And it went well. I mean, I liked my first few months there. I mean, I liked it. It's playing ball every day. Can't get better than that. So I was happy with it afterwards, and it was a good overall experience.
Stephen, what was the transition like from using the, I'm guessing, aluminum bat in high school to using a wood bat in pro ball?
Yeah, it's a little tough because, I mean, aluminum bats are so much lighter, bigger sweet spot. And you just have more confidence when swinging it. And transition to wood, it's obviously bat breaks, you get jammed, break the bat. No more cheap hits, smaller sweet spots, top heavy. And it's a tough transition. You just got to get used to it. Maybe just with more experience and time, you just start getting used to it and getting more accustomed to it and getting better.
Stephen Barron with us here, a couple more minutes on the Hot Stove League show. So you almost went to Duke. That tells me one thing. I mean, you're obviously a smart kid. Duke's a very prestigious academic university. But it tells me another thing, and I want you to confirm or deny it. Would you have been one of those Cameron crazies? I mean, we're talking the blue and white face paint, just the rhythmic chanting, and obviously just being all about college basketball. Was that gonna be you if it wasn't gonna go and join the Mariners family?
No, that wouldn't have been me. I'm not really a big basketball fan. I mean, you hear all about the basketball program at Duke, and people, you're going to Duke, basketball program's awesome. I was like, yeah, I mean, so what? I mean, I wasn't really into basketball, and I mean, I definitely won't be that guy.
Hey, Stephen, you grew up in the Miami area. Who did you work out with this past off season?
This past off season, I worked out with the UM trainer was Monica Swayze, and I worked out. She's the trainer for Alex Rodriguez as well. So I mean, I'd be around him a lot. I mean, show up around like 8, 9 in the morning at UM at the training facility, the gym, and he'd be there. He'd have like 2 people with him all the time, which is his brother and somebody else. I don't know. And so I mean, we'd do some of the running sessions together. Sometimes some of the weightlifting programs, and afterwards, occasionally he'd take us to his batting cage, and I hit with him pretty much, and he'd critique me, tell me what I'm doing wrong sometimes. I mean, it happened like 2 or 3 times, and also he showed me around the house, and I actually ate lunch with him too, so it was pretty neat.
Stephen, it's been a great story. Congratulations on everything that so far you've been able to do, including making it to the big league club this spring. And enjoy the experience as much as you can while getting in the work that you have to do every single day. And everything that we're hearing is all great stuff, from Don Wakamatsu, from the pitchers, and all the way down to the reporters who say it's just a real pleasure to be around you. And best of luck this spring and this season. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you very much, Rick.
All right.
Thanks, Stephen.
Stephen Barron with us here on the Hot Stove League show. He's a nice young man.
Larry LaRue was right. He was charming.
He's a charming young fella, and just the fact that he's 19 years old.
How about that? And
on MLB, if you just Google it, and I'm sure you can navigate there from either Mariners.com or MLB.com, but they have the draft report on him from the 2009 draft, and he just jumps off the page as technically way ahead of where an organization would want a 19-year-old out of high school to be fundamentally, technically, as a catcher. That's the good news. Obviously, he's going to learn hitting at the professional ranks and grow that way. But this guy has got a very bright future in this organization.
A lot of good things right here. He's got a plus arm, quick release, outstanding accuracy, soft hands, plays like a shortstop behind the plate. 19 years of age.
Yep.
Good luck, kid.
Stephen Barron. When we come back, we'll wrap it up, take a look at next week, and get Rick Riz and Kevin Kremen all set to go down and hang out in the sun. We'll go through the checklist.
All right.
The sunglasses.
Start the pack.
The tanning lotion. That's all next on
I
the
don't
Hot
need
Stove
that.
League Show. 710 ESPN Seattle.
My heart beats